My buddy Daniel Jeremiah joining me here on the show. How are you doing, DJ?
I'm doing great, Rich. Actually got my wardrobe box showed up a couple days ago, which I haven't seen those clothes from my locker at NFL Network since we got back from the Combine. Turns out a lot of those clothes are out of style, and it wasn't just from the last 6 months. They're just been out of style for quite some time.
Is that right? You know, normally in football, when an organization sends you your belongings from your locker, it's bad news. But this is just, hey, we're just getting it out of the network because we have no idea when the next time everybody's going to be able to, all of us, come in. And, you know, it's just been interesting times, to say the least. Certainly for you. Do you want to reveal where you called the Chargers Bengals game from on the Chargers radio network, Daniel?
Yeah, no, I was in Burbank at the Estrella TV station, which is a Spanish studio in Burbank. And so we were in there walking, right by all the dressing rooms for all the stars of the station there, and in a little tiny studio calling a game from Cincinnati. It was a bizarre experience. It was actually, it got kind of normal as you got used to it, just calling the game off the monitor. And I was talking to somebody after the game. I said, I'm pretty sure that bullet kick landed closer to me in Burbank than it did anybody in Cincinnati at the end of that one.
Well, as I tweeted out, DJ, you knowing this better than most, the Bengals out-chargered the Chargers in losing that game. That's the way a Chargers would lose a game, pretty much.
I'm telling you, Rich, as somebody who grew up in San Diego, rooting for the Padres and the Chargers. This year, like as 2020 has been a bad year for the world. I get it. But I don't know, somehow it's flipped everything around, and now the Padres are one of the best teams, and now the Chargers are benefiting from a missed field goal. But my whole world is shaken upside down.
It's not just a missed field goal, DJ. It's just that the kicker cramping up while attempting it. That was the extra on top of it for Randy Bullock and the Bengals. But for somebody who has watched more Joe Burrow tape than anyone I know on planet Earth, what was your evaluation of his first start, DJ?
I thought he was. So he got better as the game went along. There was some jittery moments. There was one moment in particular where we talked about it a bunch during the draft process, but they got 5 guys out into the route at LSU last year. I believe it was 86% of the snaps. So think about that. He's only got 5 blockers, and everybody else is out in the route, and he was able to sit back there and pick people apart. Well, one of the first times they went empty, he got to the top of his drop like he did at LSU. He sunk his cleats into the ground, looked like he was ready to set up and get nice and comfortable, like he was in Baton Rouge, and Joey Bosa hit him right under the chin. And at that moment, you realize that is not Tulane, and I do not have LSU's offensive line blocking for me. And it was kind of interesting to see him try and speed up, because he needed to speed up his process at this level. It was different. So you saw him improve. I thought the last drive was impressive, showed some poise and toughness to drive them right down the field. Had a touchdown that was called back to A.J. Green that would have been a game winner, which would have created all kinds of buzz for his first game. But, look, in a year where you have no offseason and you have no preseason games, if I were a Bengal fan, I would be encouraged by what I saw from Joe Burrow.
What'd you think of that call, the A.J. Green call? Because as we all know, Michael Gallup was called for the same thing. Chase Claypool was not. There's a lot of chatter about this offensive pass interference call that ruled week 1, as it appeared to be. DJ, what'd you make of all this?
And then not just being a homer who calls games for the Chargers. That was a 2-hand push-off by A.J. Green. I mean, that was both hands extended, which created a lot of separation on a little comeback route, little back shoulder throw. To me, I thought it was a legitimate call right when it happened. And then when I'm watching the Cowboys game, and especially when I went back and watched the film with all of the contact they let go in that game, that one down the field looked like just basic hand fighting to me. I did not think that was worthy of an OPI call.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here